All right. All right. Hey, missed the FedEx guy. Can you believe that? Didn't hear the truck. Didn't hear him knock. Didn't hear anything. Must have been drugged. I was awake. I must have been knocked out. And the truth is, I dozed off, and apparently dozed off into a fucking coma because I didn't hear the damn truck. I didn't hear him knock. That's just weird, because I always hear the knock. I always hear the truck. I'm usually out on the front porch when the FedEx guy or the UPS guy, I'm usually out on the porch before they even stop the truck. Because I can hear the truck. I can hear it. It's, it sounds like the FedEx truck, or it sounds like the UPS truck. I can just tell by the sound that, hey, that's the FedEx guy. And I'm bingo, out the door, waiting on the front porch. Hi, how you doing? Thanks, I appreciate it. No, not today. Of all the days, and I get lots of packages from FedEx and the mailman and UPS and so on. But today, of all days, expecting it today. Well, I'll be honest with you, I expected it about 2 o'clock this afternoon. I didn't expect it at 10:20 in the morning. But that's no excuse. I was up. I was awake. All right, I was still in my house coat. I was lounging. And of all the days that I, pass out, go back to sleep, or enter into some sort of coma stage, catatonic, you think? Of all the days, rarely not in my office. 10:30 in the morning. I mean, true, I might have, it'd be indisposed for a second, but I could still get to the damn door. That really disappoints me. I mean, that's just, well, of all the luck. I mean, how often does that happen? I'll tell you, never. But today it happened. That's just unbelievable. I was expecting some equipment for the office, and I've been waiting for like 2 weeks or so, because I ordered a brand new custom made laptop. Made to order just for me. And it came all the way from, guess what? Shanghai, China. Shanghai. I thought it was like, something in the movies. I didn't even know there was a real place called Shanghai. I guess there is. Is that Shanghai? Shanghai, China. Just for me, all the way from there, just for me. It's like, and then bingo, the guy can't even knock on the door loud enough to get my attention. I mean, come on. Anyway, fortunately, I gave him a buzz, at the home office and the relay station or whatever they call it, and said, please, tell them to come back, I'm here, damn it, I'm here, come back. And so he said he'd come back on the way back, back towards the station, and about 5 or 6 o'clock. So hopefully he can do that, and we'll be good, because I'll be here, theoretically. Unless, of course, the Nazi police state bastards come along and shoot me this afternoon, or, abduct me, drag me off in chains, and make me disappear, Or, well, that shoot me thing. Bam, bam, 2 shots in the back of the head. Suicide. Yeah, right. Any American that believes that bullshit is just like total imbecile. I was going to say moron, but everybody says moron and idiot these days. I want to try something a little different. Let's try imbecile, which is a little dumber than idiot. All right. You got a little hum in the background? That's my furnace. Got a little cold last night. Back in down there in the 30s. Getting better. It's up to 52 now. We got about 71 in the house, which is almost comfortable. But the furnace, that's like a container for coffee and a heating device at the same time. Combination. The furnace, or heater, as it were, is set to shut off at a reasonable, comfortable temperature, so I'll just leave it run and you can tolerate it. It'll be in the background, it's no big deal. I'm sure you can hear me. Alright. Archer monologues. What I wanted to talk about. What I want to tell the people is my take on the political situation, the election year situation. Now, I get these things in the mail. I suppose you probably do as well. And, little, like, cardboard thingies, little cards, big cards, actually, large, huge pieces of hard paper that have pictures of the candidate and his family, maybe, and, all kind of nasty talk about his opposition or her opposition, depending on whether it's a him or her. Sometimes we're not sure. We think maybe that oh, that's a guy. No, I think he's gay. We don't know for sure because they don't put that on their advertisements when they're running for public office for some reason. Why not? I thought you were gay and proud or whatever. Okay, never mind. Maybe they're not gay. Maybe that's why they're not saying anything about being gay. But I suspect some of them might be. All right. So, let me just kind of give you a little list here of and some comments with a list. I'm not going to just give you a list without a comment. I mean, that's me, the commentator. In fact, the commentator on the human condition, which I'm still studying, by the way. And sometimes it just boggles the mind. But let's just take something here and go with it. All right, I get these advertisements in the mail for candidates. Like, vote for me. I'm this. I'm that. I'm the good guy. I'm in favor of this. I support this. I'm all kinds of things. And my opposition is like, a dirty dog. I sometimes wonder if I get an advertisement for a candidate, let's say for governor, and the one candidate is like, my opposition, my opponent, is a dirty dog because he's anti this, anti that, he did this, he did that, he's a womanizer, or he talks dirty on the bus, or whatever. And then the other guy sends me an advertisement, and he's like, my opponent is blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I'm thinking, you know what? Both of these guys sound pretty crappy to me. Why would I vote for either one of them? I mean, like, here's this guy that says, oh, just take the presidential candidates, for example. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton. I think Hillary is probably the most well-known first name of any candidate ever. I mean, you know. Hillary is like a name that will go down in infamy. God, I hope it doesn't go down as the name of the last fucking president of the world. I mean, country. Sorry. Because if Hillary is in there, it's going to be more of the same. Nightmare, insane, psychopath, sociopath, crazy bullshit, nonsense, insanity, police state, motherfucking. It's just got to be awful. I swear to God. I mean, why? Anyway, I was talking about the opposition thing. So Donald says she's a crook, and she calls him a what? Lunatic? Well, kind of makes you think. Why would I want to vote for either one of these fuckheads? Asshole, psychopath, lunatic, traitors, criminal, nut job, wing nit. I mean, why would I vote for either one of them? Why would anybody vote for either one of them? I know. People say, oh, well, you got to vote for the lesser of two evils. How about the lesser of three evils? Or 5 evils, or, why not just vote for me? Come on. I mean, I'd make a damn good president. For about 10 minutes. Because that's probably about how long it'd be before they shot me dead. Bang! He committed suicide in front of freaking 500 million people, giving his inaugural address on freaking television. Bam! Some guy walks up and shoots him in the back of the head and says, he just committed suicide! And, in front of everybody, and they're like saying, yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there I am on live TV in front of, like, thousands of people and, like, freaking at the Capitol building in Washington, and I'm doing the inaugural thing, and I just took the oath of office, and I'm doing my address to the people. My administration is going to be this and do that and do this and do that, which, of course, everybody's, like, just standing there with their mouth hanging open, saying, what the fuck? I've never heard a president say such things as that. But he got elected, so he must have said something right. Or he must have a lot of connections with the mafia or something. You know what I'm talking about. And anyway, so they just, some guy just like, maybe Hillary, she happens to be standing there. And I mean, what is Hillary doing at my inauguration? I don't know. But let's say she was, and she's standing there, and she just pulls out a freaking pistol out of her, anti-gun pocketbook and says, nothing. Just walks up and shoots me in the back of the head a couple of times. In front of the frickin' world. And then her husband stands up and says, I did not have sexual... he stands up and says, oh, Dean McClung just committed suicide in front of the world. Excuse me. Did anybody not see Hillary put a gun in the back of my head and pull the trigger twice? Duh. And Americans are like, yeah, why did he do that? Commit suicide, shooting himself in the back of the head with a shotgun. And what is a shotgun doing in the purse of Hillary Clinton on the freaking podium when the guy's giving it? What the hell? Wouldn't put it past me, people. It sounds like total fiction, like it couldn't possibly happen, but you know what? I'm thinking, yeah, in this world today, as insane as it is, and as stupid as human beings are, yeah, it could happen just like that, and people would say, hey, he just dropped dead of a stroke. To the left and back. Okay. My little reference to the stupid idea that John F. Kennedy was actually shot, in the back of the head. Yeah, right. I watched that video like about a zillion times. And to the right and back. All right. Say what you want, but I'm pretty certain that he was shot in the front of the head. Because when he was shot for the second time, I didn't see his face blow off, but I kind of did see the back of his head blow off. And I'm pretty sure I've seen, you've seen the movies, fiction, where, they shoot somebody like somebody. And if it's a particularly gruesome, accurate depiction of someone getting shot in the face or the head or whatever, you see things explode. I mean, how many movies have you seen? I'm not talking about the movie about Kennedy being assassinated. To the right and back. They pretty much just depict it the way it really happens. Like, if you shoot somebody in the face, the back of their head blows off. Boom! Explodes. Just brain shit everywhere. Behind them. Not in their face. This is one of those things where, fiction is more accurate than reality, apparently. So anyway, moving back to where I was talking. These guys send you the advertisements, you hear it, they call you on the phone. Vote for me, I'm this, I'm that, and don't vote for the other guy because he's like a dirty dog. It seems to me like if half the things that people say about the other guy are true, I don't want to vote for him. Sure, I understand. No, I'm not voting for him, he's a fucking dog. But he just said that you were a fucking dog, so why would I vote for you then? Excuse me. One traitor calling the other guy a traitor. I mean, and then the other guy calling the other guy a traitor. I mean, it's back and forth. You're a traitor. No, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. No, you're a traitor. You're both traitors. Shut the fuck up. Kill yourself. I mean, seriously. Just blow your fucking brains out, you piece of shit lion. Police state monster, psychopath, insane, lunatic, crazy fuckers. Does this qualify as a rant since I'm saying curse words? And should I probably put a label on this show and say, bad language? No, I'm not going to. Because if you're there and you're listening and you can't handle the truth, you can't handle the truth. If you can't handle a few words that are just like words, that's like sounds, here's a word for you. Police state motherfuckers. If you can't handle that, then you obviously don't ever watch television or watch the news, because there's a lot of motherfuckers running for government office these days. You know what I'm saying? Or already senators and shit. If you can't handle it, then there's something wrong with you. Oh, my little girl, she's only 6 years old. She can't hear that. I have to cover her ears. Yeah, well, I'm going to guess that you're a pussy and your daughter's going to grow up and be a pussy. Living in some sort of delusion. Oh, I've never heard that word before, and I'm 48 years old. Yeah. All right. Pay attention. 5 seconds. Yeah, I'm talking babble. Oh, I almost said a babble thing. Yada, 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 yada. I don't speak babble. Most Americans do. and they read, and they think they're reading stuff, and they're reading Babel. And they hear Babel, and they imagine it's Babel, and they're just Babelized. You know, the English language has been bastardized to the point of like, it's just Babel. Fortunately, some of us still speak English. And I think that's amazing, because I've been on this one website, it's called Quora, and a bunch of stuck-up, self-righteous freaking hypocrites and narcissistic, creepy people. Oh, you're not smart enough to be on this website. You know, and you're just not talking nice. You violated our be nice policy. You know, like, okay, well, I'm not a nice guy sometimes. Sometimes I like to say things like, you know, shut the fuck up, you asshole. And, you know, because that's what should be said to the asshole. I mean, because he's just talking bullshit. But it's all right for him to call me names, but apparently it's not all right for me to call him a name. I think there's a certain amount of hypocrisy involved with Quora.com. I don't see people getting threatened with, what do you call it, banning or blocking me. I mean, they say something really nasty to me, like, yeah, you know, and but they don't get threatened with, you know, disappearing off the website because, I don't know, why is that? You think it's because there's some biases going on there? You think maybe that some people are like, we're going to shut the fuck you up, but we're going to let the other asshole say whatever he wants. Thank you, Quora.com, for being, you know, self-righteous hypocrites and blowhard fuckers. I mean, I posted up a question. You know, Quora, if you're not familiar with it, it's people post questions and other people who theoretically, you know the answers and can actually speak English, answer the question and post their answer there. And I've read some of these things, and there's some interesting questions and some very interesting answers. Some very good, informative, truthful, accurate, factual answers. And then there's some idiots. And how they get that on there. I mean, come on, let's face it. When you have a website run by idiots who think they're like geniuses, then what are you going to get? You know, if a genius says something, then the idiots are going to think, you can't say that, because that's not nice. But it's the truth, and the truth is not always nice, not always pretty. And the fact of the matter is, you're a fucking retard. That's not nice. But you are a retard. I mean, come on. Oh, by the way, retard is a, medical term. It's an official clinical term. I know it's not politically correct, but it used to be in the manual. You know, a lot of words have been changed out of the manual and the legal statutes and so on. They just stopped using a word because, it doesn't suit the agenda of the fucking neocon fascist bastards running the country. So, okay, so the candidate says, he's anti-gun. And the other guy says, well, he's anti something or other. And, he's not pro-jobs. He's against this and he's against that. And the other guy says, no, that guy over there, he's against that and he's against that. And, they call each other names and shit. Basically, they call each other names like, like liar and so on. Like Donald Trump and Hillary, She's a crook. Well, she is crook. I mean, that's just true. There's no question there. The evidence is like about knee shit high. If you've got any more evidence that Hillary Clinton is a fucking crook and a traitor and a criminal and evil and disgusting, if you had any more evidence piled up around, yourself, me, for example, I mean, it would be up over my fucking eyeballs, and I would be like blind and suffocating from the facts and all the evidence. Yeah, that much evidence. And the American people are thinking, like, yeah, I might vote for her because she's like a woman, and we need a woman in the White House. Like, excuse me, you've had women in the White House. They were called wives of presidents. Anyway, and, we know what happens when that happens. A lot of people get fucked. I can't imagine anybody voting for that woman. That cunt, puke, ass biscuit. By the way, that's a cute little phrase. I made that up myself. Ass biscuit. You call someone an ass biscuit. What is that? What is that? You know what an ass biscuit is, right? That's a turd. So it's sort of a nice way of saying, calling someone a turd. Piece of shit. Which people, as a rule, don't have a problem saying because they don't really have to say it out loud. They don't have to spell it out. They just put P-O-S, piece of shit. So somehow or another, they're not really cussing and not really calling people, shit, but they are, but they're not saying it out loud. They're just sort of initialing it, like P-O-S. Piece of shit. Why not just say it? Piece of shit. I know with the world of texting, everything's got to be abbreviated and misspelled and turned into babble. All right, so the candidates, one candidate's this, one candidate's that, they're attacking each other and slander and libel and all kind of. Well, that's okay because they're candidates. In the real world, if you slander somebody, they can sue you, and and make you stop doing that, and probably get like millions of dollars from you. Punitive damages and so on. So anyway, I'm saying, I'm building up to this. I'm getting there. Be patient. Be patient. Oh, by the way, I just want to throw this in. Another sideline here. Another little distraction from the main point. Income tax, shattering the myths, Dave Champion. The book. Get it. You need it. This guy is the number one. Well, after me, of course. Honesty, tax honesty movement fella leader. He's the guy. He knows. It's on the book. I'm reading the book. I already know what most of it is because I've watched him, listened to him on his radio show and so on for the past 15 years. And the man's got what it takes. He knows what he's talking about. He's got it. He's down pat with that. Now, he's not perfect. He doesn't have everything right. He's a little off on something, but he's not running for fucking president. So, hey, we can let that pass. And he's a real fucking human being. I can actually send him an email or put a note on Facebook, and he'll actually answer me. Which doesn't happen very often when you're like the governor or the president or a senator or whatever. They like the IRS, the IRS is going to answer my inquiries. Yeah, right. Like, they don't. They haven't. I've asked the IRS, hey, IRS, why are you fucking robbing people, you fucking terrorist? And they don't answer. They just, you're a troublemaker, and hang up. As many times as I've said this online and out loud in public and, coming out of my mouth live, like now, I'm surprised that the IRS hasn't suicided me. I guess it's because not a lot of people are listening to me yet. Yet, I said. I mean, I think a lot of people are listening to Dave Champion. Considerably more people that are listening to me. But it's not all about me, and it's not about, me being famous and all that. That would be nice, because that's sort of a perk of being very good at what you do. And I'm very good at what I do. But, and I won't elaborate on what I do. I mean, I'm an artist, poet, author, commentator on the human condition, etc. I have 9 occupations. And probably that many more sub-occupations, as opposed to a job. jobs are like 9 to 5, you get paid. I don't do that. I'm like always on the job. I'm always occupied, in other words. So, all right, finally, after half an hour, I'm going to give you the list. So these two guys are running for governor, and they're accusing each other of all kind of shit and being, lying a lot, probably, and accusing these people of this and that and this and that. And I'm this and he's that, and I'm for this and he's against it, and I'm against that and he's for it, and blah blah blah. All right, here's the thing. Here's the list. Number 1. Pay attention. This is the good part of the show. This is the part you should be listening to. And if you're hearing me talk right now and you're listening, which is okie dokie. That's right on, bud. You're doing good. So here's the important part. 1, I'll give you a little list and some commentary to go along with it. 1, all right, the candidate says, whatever he's running for, president, senator, governor, county commissioner, whatever, dog catcher, sheriff, judge, I am pro-life. Okay. Let me tell you something. Number 1, if some candidate says to me, I'm pro-life, bingo, he's done. I'm not voting for that idiot. Because number 1, more than likely, I've never heard a pro-life person say, but that's okay. Pro-life people are not like, I believe in freedom, and I believe that every human being has the right to say for themselves, and I don't believe government has the right to tell me what I can do, because this is a free country, and I believe in freedom, and I believe in principles of freedom, and I believe in America being a free country, so I am pro-life, but I want the government to force all of you people to live the way I want, like J. Rockefeller, Rand Paul. Okay? Like Rand Paul, for example. I'm pro-life. Yeah. No, he's not. He's a liar and a fucking hypocrite, and he's definitely either a tyrant and a bully. Well, he wants to be a tyrant. He's got some power at the moment, but he wants, I want to be president so I can actually be a bully of the world. Force everybody to live the way I want. And naturally, these pro-lifers are usually, one, like Republican, which is pretty sad. And they're usually Christians, which is, ready for this? Stupid! If you're a Christian, and I don't hate to do it because I'm going to do it. And I'm kind of proud that I'm going to do it because I'm not a fucking pussy. If you're a Christian, you're not bright. Okay? Because intelligent people don't believe mythological nonsense. They just don't. You can't be intelligent and be that illogical. Now, there are people that claim that, I'm intelligent and I still believe in delusions. And since they should, if they're intelligent, like a genius, like I have a IQ 160 or whatever, then they should be able to reason this through and come to a conclusion based on logical thinking and conclude that that's just bullshit. But they don't. So they're not geniuses at all, because a genius wouldn't believe that, just wouldn't believe that shit. It's just stupid. It's ridiculous. Oh, I know you're saying, you don't have to be rude and crude. You don't have to, say nasty words and call people stupid just because I think they're stupid. Pretty sure they're stupid. In fact, all the evidence kind of points that way. You're not smart because you believe in stupid shit. I'm not going to get into the whole abortion thing and the pros and the cons and all that shit and all that. I'm going to keep it simple, okay? So the guy says he's pro-life. He's bingo. Zit. No, I'm not voting for that guy because he's wrong. And at the very best, he's a fool. And he's dangerous. I've never heard anybody say, I'm pro-life and I think it should be perfectly legal to have an abortion. You've never heard anybody say that, have you? Well, I'd say it maybe if I was but I'm not. Because I'm intelligent and I'm educated and I have some knowledge, and apparently a lot of people don't. I hate to hurt your feelings. I hate to hurt your feelings. I hate to hurt your feelings. I really hate to hurt your feelings. I hate to burst your bubble, but most people are not geniuses. If everybody had an IQ of over 150 or so, there wouldn't be any regular normal. Well, the geniuses would be normal people. It'd be the average. The average IQ of Americans is 150, meaning there are a lot more smart people. But the average IQ of Americans is like 90. It's just below the average of 100, Some people kind of factor in, they say, normal average is about 90 to 110. So if you're in there, you're just normal, average, intelligence. And then there are people who say, you can't, that IQ thing don't mean nothing. Yeah, it means something. It means you either have a high IQ or you don't. And if you don't, then you're not a genius. And I have seen people, please don't say, I seen. If you're going to say seen, put a have in front of it. Jesus criminy. Babble, 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 babble. It irritates me. I know it's a minor problem, but a lot of people say it, and it's just retarded, illiterate, not smart. Don't say seen. And whom? I'm giving you a lot of it. See, what I do is I give you a lot of information in a short little package. 45 minutes anyway. And I give you a lot of information, and you just have to take notes. Oh, you just wander off on a different tangent. It's all related, so trust me. Just take notes. Try to remember. Play the show over again if you missed something. I mean, come on, be responsible. It's not all about me, damn it. All right, so I'm almost out of time in this segment, and I haven't even finished the statement yet. All right, we're gonna sip that one in there. If you're pro-life, you're done. I don't want you. You don't want to be in the office because you're a freaking Christian, probably. Most likely Christians say, I'm a pro-life, meaning that they're anti-abortion. Why don't they just say I'm anti-abortion and I'm a fucking dictator, fascist bully? Because they want the government to make a law. I can't have an abortion, we'll put you in jail or something. You know what I'm saying? So if what you're saying is you don't understand biology, you don't understand science, you don't understand logic, you don't understand anything. You're like freaking emotionally kind of hysterical freaking retard still living in the dark ages. They probably believe, I don't believe in abortion, I think it should be illegal, and by the way, we should burn witches at the stake. Because those two kind of go together if you're that kind of person. Alright, so I'm going to stop here and continue this on segment 2 of today's show. Keep on keeping on, people. And tune into the next show too. Because it's important. Seriously, it is. Talk to you later.